Hi, I'm Amara Lazarin,
I'm Zahara Flores.
I'm Parker Hyatt.
and I'll be submitting this assignment. Okay, so as far as set design goes, there's 3 houses and a tree, right, and the gnome thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's like the backdrop, which has like the players projected, so you know who's who and who's when and what, because the actors were different characters to show their versatility.
Something I noticed about the set was that the kitchen, like, is normally where they have all their safe talks about the game. And normally in the kitchen the kitchen was like really pink, rosy. It had a completely different vibe from every other set that we were shown. It's more like a safe space. You know, you have the talks with the mom and the girlfriend, and then you have the talks with the 2 people at the beginning. I think it was Trevor and Michaela. And they're like talking about the game and stuff, and they're just saying how it's bad compared to like the rooms and everything. Like Tyler's room is like very dark and graphic, and you just see like the video games posters everywhere. It's just like a very dark, gloomy, completely different energy that you get from the kitchen and other settings.
With the since the set was like a black box theater, I feel like it really made you focus on the set itself.
Right.
Like you really focused in on the houses.
Right.
And then whenever the lights would go, whenever the lights dropped in that one part, where I think it was Trevor, where he was in the game, and he met the mom. He met the mom.
Zombie Killer 14.
Yeah. Whenever he met the mom, whenever the lights dropped, it really helped focus in on the severity, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah.
Of it.
I think it really, the fact that it was in the black box theater really made the colors jump, and it made it a lot more visually appealing, and definitely made the lights enhance what the characters were going through and things like that.
Yeah, I feel like that kind of play, if you had done it in a Proscenium Theater or any other big one,
Right.
it just wouldn't have worked the same way, because the whole point is that they wanted us to feel like we were in the video game.
Right, exactly.
And if they had done it any other, it would just felt like we're watching a performance instead of being in the game ourselves.
Exactly. Yeah, I think so.
And, while it was still going on the set,
We can go costumes.
I was gonna jump to the plot.
Costumes.
We still have costumes.
Costumes were so cool. Okay, because I really like the white in the kitchen. I really like that. So, do you have something to say about that?
Yeah, I really liked how they had white clothing, specifically Trevor and Michaela, I think that's their names, but they had really white clothing to contrast their really red hair, which made them look very video gamey, and it matched. Yes, I said gamey. Yes, it matched the protection on top, and it made them really feel more characters and people, if anything. The white just kind of popped, since it was like you said, it was a black house theater. So since everything was super dark and everything, it made it just pop.
I really think that the clothes that the kids were wearing versus the clothes that the parents were wearing really just established that generational divide of this is what the kids think, this is what the kids' opinions are, this is what the kids are used to, this is their norm, and then this is the parents, and this is why it's so separated, divided.
I can't lie, I don't really have anything to say about the costumes, because I didn't think it had that big of an impact on the show. So
Okay, you can start with lighting or design.
the lighting. The lighting was really nice. I liked how whenever it would become more towards the parts where it would get serious, the lights would drop and they'd focus in on the characters, just to let you know, hey, this is a serious scene. And then the one time, didn't the lights go red?
Yeah.
Whenever they found a body or something and the sirens went off and the lights went red. I like that because it really emphasized, oh, some shit went down.
No, I really like the tree lighting. That's it just showed that it was in the video game, and I really like the way that the tree was lit up. Also, when I watched the show, my fingers look so big. When I watched the show, the screen, how it was projected, the characters projecting, it cut out, and I had a moment. I was like, oh wait, that's why they're projected up there. Possibly just me being dumb, but it was just a really nice feature that I really enjoyed, and it cutting out made me just really appreciate that a lot more, because I was like, what's going on? And then when it came back up, I was like, oh, I know what's going on now.
I agree. I feel like the lighting was very big. Back to what Parker was saying, there's a scene where I think it's when they killed the dad, and like the lights started flashing with like every hit she did against her dad. I think that was like it really like made the moment more visual.
Where's the seizure trigger warning on that, bro?
Right. I feel like it's very like visually appealing to the audience. Anyway, sound design. So I really like the sound design of the play just because I felt like it really, the narration in the back was like a really big contributor to you feeling like you're in the video game.
Right.
Especially because like the sound, it sounded like, I play a lot of video games and I feel like that's exactly what it would sound.
I don't play video games. Can't.
And I feel like it really like reflected what a normal video game would sound like. Like Last of Us, if you hear narration, it's like basically the same. And it's like a similar plot line too. That's another story. But yeah, like I feel like that was very like visually appealing to the audience, and it made me be like, oh okay, like this is really cool. Like this is like an actual game.
Right. I have to say, the sound design, because I don't play video games, I was just like, this is interesting. This is cool. Like I understand the concept. I just, as somebody that doesn't super watch video games, I was like, okay, it kind of took me a second to grasp what was really going on, but I did like how like things were set up. I did like who spoke when, like, I don't know. I like the sound. I was just a little bit lost at first. I got it though.
Is the sound design the last thing we're talking about on this?
No, there's notable acting and directing choices that were made for the first question.
Oh, okay, well, never mind. Anyway, the sound, I agree with what Zahara said. It does make you feel more immersed. The only thing that, like, kind of caught me off guard was when, like, more towards the end, when the narration kind of, like, got staticky. Because, like, you could tell that it was phasing into the real world. So it was, like, breaking up. And also, I mean, just one mini note, plot-wise, I feel like the kids were schizophrenic and they were just hearing the voice. So,
Yeah.
we'll get into that when we talk about the
We'll
plot.
get back there, but that's a good point.
Okay, I have one thing that I want to say, and I want to say it the whole time, and I mean this in the most respectful way possible. Watching the play and being like, wow, they're really swearing a lot. I just feel like that choice was made to really establish that they're not little kids that are playing this game, like they're young adults, and like that this is like a serious situation, and they're just really trying to establish that they're not kids, and I understand that, but all the swearing made it feel really forced.
It felt kind of immature, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I
Yeah.
agree with that.
Yeah.
Like, everyone swears. Like,
That sounds
everyone
like
swears.
average.
We've been swearing in this
We've
video.
been swearing. We've had to start this a few times.
That sounds like
Bro
an
literally
average
said
Sunday
type,
night.
you know what, when he dapped me up. But, like, no, you don't swear that much. Like, there was Michaela. No, wasn't Michaela? No, it was, I think, Madison. I wrote down about it. But one of the characters, when she was about to kill her dad, she was really rude. She swore a lot. She was like, fuck ass zombies, I think she said.
Right.
Something like that.
Are you talking about with the golf club? Like,
Yeah.
she beat him up with the golf club?
Yeah, and there was a point where she was like, fuck ass zombies, and she was like beating them around. I was like, girl, take a chill pill.
Right,
Go
and
to
in
sleep.
the opening scene, right, when she's like coming onto the guy, I'm sorry, I don't remember characters' names.
Michaela, she was trying to hit on Trevor, yeah.
Okay, in the opening scene when she was coming onto the guy, it was very sexualized. It was very, so I understand, but it was just like, okay, I feel like,
Hey, we run out of time, come on.
sorry, I feel like we're like forcing the feeling of like we're young adults.
It just didn't feel natural. It felt like I was watching Riverdale or like a reality
Right,
TV show.
that's
something.
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, question 3, because we're running out of time. It's the term of the genre.
Genre? All right. Anyway.
I got braces, y'all. Stutter. And so the show is. I think you were saying something about this.
Oh, is this the like melodramatic? Like,
Yeah.
Is that, okay. I think it's a fictional tragedy, mainly because video games, real life wouldn't fuse unless you go with the schizophrenic route that I
Yeah.
brought up earlier. Then that can kind of fuse, but otherwise, it's a tragedy because everyone's dead
Right.
at the end.
There's no happy ending. There's no really saving anybody. There was no like light at the end of the tunnel during the show. It was just like,
Yeah,
oh,
everything
this
went
is
dark.
bad.
Because she got hit in the head with a hammer.
This is just like, it wasn't bad. It was a good play, but it was just like, oh, this is dark. This is negative.
Yeah, like, I agree with that. The only way it could be a realistic tragedy is if we went the schizophrenic route, but if
Right.
not, we all agree that it was a tragedy. Because everyone died. Every parent died.
Died.
The mom at the end was like, let me
The
help
mom-
you.
Oh my gosh, I have to talk about this. I'm sorry.
Bro.
The mom.
We
at
got
the
5
end-
minutes.
I know. The mom at the end, when she died, that scared everybody. I watched the whole room just like jump because
They were
that
all
was-
just like,
oh,
mommy issues, I guess. But yeah, it was kind of weird, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, other than that, like, we all agree it's a fictional tragedy because it's false. It's a game. It's not real. The only realistic part was when it kind of became real life. But even then, it's like, that wouldn't happen unless they got brainwashed. Okay, part 4.
Wait. Talk about the brainwashing thing real quick.
That could go
Wait,
into...
Oh, the narration?
Yes.
I was just going to
That
talk
could
about
go
that in the
into
plot.
5. Yeah. Okay,
Talk.
4.
Oh, okay.
What were you thinking the show would be like? Did it fall short? Did it meet your expectations? 1 minute, go.
I had no expectations going into the show, for real. I just came because I was ushering.
I had no expectations either. I did not come because I was ushering. I watched the play. But I actually really liked it because I didn't think I was gonna. Mainly because he said he liked it, and I don't usually like the things that he says he likes. But that's neither here nor there. I really liked it. I thought it was interesting, and I really thought it was cool. Sorry, keep talking.
Same. I went with her, actually went together. I knew nothing about the play going into it. I didn't read about it. This was one of those things where we went into it blind, and we were both like, okay, let's just go see. And I actually really liked it. It was a really nice play. Like, I wrote a bunch of notes. One of the best plays I've seen from the school so far. Okay, 5. Work together to determine the meaning or point of the show. Go. Schizophrenic.
Oh, I thought that was the plot, not the point.
Go. Just go.
That is the point plot.
Stop.
It's like, what message did they try to get across? Did they
Oh.
succeed in doing it?
Oh, message?
Parker, go.
Parker, go. Schizophrenic.
Okay, well, what I thought about was, like, maybe the kids were schizophrenic and the narration voice was, like, kind of feeding into that delusion, kind of brainwashing, as we just talked about earlier. So, like, maybe all the kids had, like, mental instability because of high school or just some kind of trauma that they might have gone through. So, maybe they're schizophrenic.
Maybe the narration voice like pushed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go, Mara.
I think there's like studies done on how like your media that you consume affects your outward behavior, and I think that like this play really showed how your video games can make you violent, make you closed off to your parents, your friends, your people, like because you have your whole community online, and it's such like a violent thing that you're just consuming negative media all the time, so it can really just affect how you are with other people. Sorry, continue.
I'm not gonna lie, I did not see that deep of a meaning. Like, that what they're talking about, I'm like, you know what, yeah. I just thought it was a video game come to life. Like, I was like, okay, fictional zombie tragedy. I just thought it was a cool little game. Like, there was a point where they were like talking about wormholes, and I was like, oh, they must have fallen through a wormhole and it became real life. Like, shit, like, this is really cool. Like, they got that. I just thought it was a really cool play. Like, I didn't know we were supposed to read into the deeper meaning, but I see what they're saying. Like, I really get it.
Hashtag Socrates.
And I think that being
Hashtag Aristotle.
able to recognize like that deep of a meaning in a play, like really, it's the last thing.
Oh, okay.
I think that being able to recognize that deep of a meaning in a play really will assist me later on in college when I'm like trying to, find real world examples of, because I'm a psych major, finding real world examples of how brains work and how things influence us.
Yeah, talking about Aristotle, I'm a law major, so I feel like that's being able to read that deep into something and like really analyze something is gonna like help me out long term, being able to write and analyze different philosophical writers and understanding what they're trying to say and stuff. And like, if I decided to continue in theater and audition for a play or anything, like, it was really nice to see how they were able to put it together and get the audience to understand their meaning. Go right.
I have auditioned for theater. I've done 3 plays.
Here?
No.
Oh. Like,
Anyway,
go.
y'all rushing me. I have functional disorder. Anyway, law stance. Yes, it can help you analyze like cases, and you can look deeper into the cases. That way, maybe you can have a better understanding of your client and what you're going through.
Period. Love theater. Love neighborhood.